Freedom is It's not often that you see a portrait of a wealthy black woman in Victorian England, so when I saw this picture, it really caught my eye. Victorian England is so called because the reigning British monarch at the time was Queen Victoria. And this lady, the lady in the photo, was her goddaughter. Sarah Forbes Bonetta was born Omoba Aina in 1843, a West African Goddaughter princess of the Yoruba people. Both of her parents were killed in intertribal warfare, and Aina ended up in the royal court of King Gezo of Dahomey. She was allegedly intended to be killed as a human sacrifice, but Captain Frederick Forbes of the British Royal Navy convinced King Gezo to give the child as a gift to Queen Victoria. Aina was effectively sold into slavery, and Captain Forbes changed her name to Sarah Forbes Bonetta after his ship, the HMS Bonetta. Sarah first met Queen Victoria in 1850, aged 7, when she arrived in the UK. Queen Victoria was reportedly highly impressed by Sarah's exceptional intelligence. She nicknamed her Sally and raised her as her goddaughter. Sarah struggled to adapt to the British climate and developed a chronic cough. A year after her arrival, she was sent back to West Africa to recover and study. She returned to England 4 years later, where she stayed, and in 1862 she was invited to the wedding of Queen Victoria's daughter, Princess Alice. A few months later, Queen Victoria granted Sarah permission to marry a wealthy businessman from Lagos called Captain James Davies. They were wed at St Nicholas's Church in Brighton, East Sussex. After the wedding, the couple moved back to West Africa, where Captain Davies was considerably wealthy in his own right. Together, they had 3 children, Victoria, Arthur, and Stella. Sarah and Queen Victoria remained close over the years. Sarah named her first child after her, and the Queen also became her daughter's godmother. Sarah Forbes Bonetta died of tuberculosis in 1880 at the young age of 37. She died on the Portuguese island of Madeira. Her husband, Captain Davies, erected an obelisk in her honour. She is buried at the British cemetery of Funchal, Madeira. And that brings us to the end of Sarah's story. There is a tendency to exclude black people from British period dramas because there's a perception that black people didn't exist in Britain at that time. But black people have been present in Britain since it was part of the Roman Empire, and Sarah's story is a key example of that. To learn more about Black British history, check out my video on the African diaspora in the UK. I'll see you then. Freedom.